Hey there YouTube, I'm Jack and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. Hope you're all doing well out there. Hope you're all making the best out of the difficult circumstances we're living under these days. Beautiful day here in South Alabama. Fortunately, I'm able to get out of the house, take some walks and still stay away from people. So hope you're doing well too. Today we're going to talk about plant-based diet for beginners, Getting Started 101. Guys, if you're not already subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate it if you go down there and hit that big red subscribe button now, then click on the little bell and check send notifications so you'll stay subscribed to the channel and come back and check out some more of my content. I haven't done recipe videos in a while, but I got a fair number of recipes on here too. Now, so as not to waste anybody's time, if you clicked on this video, it's exactly what it says. This is a very, very, very beginner's video. Any of you raw people that follow me, you're more than welcome to sit here and watch. And I would hope that maybe if you find something useful, share it with some of your friends that maybe aren't vegan or that are trying to go. But this is 101. It's really not focused on raw hardly at all. That's just not the purpose of this one. I got a lot of people that follow me on Instagram and a fair number of people that I'm connected to on Facebook that are constantly telling me things that, you know, have just kind of made me think, okay, well, I'm going to do a little series of beginner videos just for plant-based, not so much to do with the raw. Because I got a lot of people on Instagram that send me messages and tell me things like, either they went vegan watching my stuff or they've gotten more raw because of my stuff. And hey, you know, fair enough. Some people are not even vegan and they'll send me a message and they'll be like, you know, I'm not sure if I'm going to go vegan, but I've at least started doing this because of you. And I was talking to a friend the other day that's a raw vegan, and we both agreed moving the whole population as far over towards plant-based as possible is a good thing. Something is always better than nothing, and people have to stop somewhere. And I think a lot of times beginners get a bit overwhelmed and intimidated when they see all this sanctimonious, you know, like trying to do things perfectly, and oh, you shouldn't eat this and you don't combine this and don't do this and don't do that. It sounds like just something nobody would be interested in, like religion, politics, or whatever else, just something that comes with a long set of rules. And I don't know about you, but I'm not much into long sets of rules. And I'm going to do some more of these videos, and I'll get into a little bit more detail as we go on. But today I'm just going to spit some basic stuff, just some basic stuff to get you started wherever you are on this lifestyle. Even if you're out there right now and you're interested and you're eating meat 3 times a day, we can help you out there. And that's the first thing you need to do, is just determine where you are and start right from there. And don't try to overwhelm yourself by going further than you're ready to go at any given time. Now, some people can, and I don't want to soft pedal this thing. You can go vegan overnight. Forget the raw part of it. Plant-based, you could pretty much easily, with just a few tricks and tips and you could go vegan overnight. That's not going to send your body into any sort of a serious crash, detox, whatever. But, you know, people have different approaches. People come to something in their own way. So I'm just going to give a few simple suggestions here today. Maybe you've never even thought about eating a plant-based diet. Maybe you're just hearing all this stuff, you know, people talk about these days, and you're like, oh, I don't know about that. And you can't even imagine the world of living a plant-based lifestyle. Fair enough. Start where you are. Just like I said, have one meal that is plant-based. That's a simple place to start right there, is to just simply have one meal out of your 3 every day, or, you know, I don't know that too many people have that traditional 3 meals a day thing, but you get what I'm saying. Eat yourself a good plant-based vegan meal 1 time a day. Doesn't matter, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. There's so many nutritious, delicious things you can do out there. Now, some of you, if you're still sticking with me, that have watched my videos before, you've probably, oh God, he's going to share that one again. This is a phenomenal magazine for beginners right here. Forks Over Knives. There's a great documentary video on, I can't even remember if this one's on YouTube or Netflix, but this is a whole movement. And there's a book, Forks Over Knives, but they put out a quarterly magazine. Within this magazine, there's always probably anywhere from 70 to 100 recipes. And this is good stuff. This is hearty stuff in here. I mean, you know, you've got like tacos in here. You've got, look at this, spaghetti and meatballs. I mean, you're not, you know, a lot of times people hear us say plant-based, and the cliche place to go to is the first place people go, oh, they just all eat, they think we eat, like, they see a little bit of lettuce, a tomato, and this on a plate. There's a lot of good stuff that you can make. So breakfast, lunch, or dinner. One thing I will say is, but you're just trying to go plant-based, so, you know, like I say, step by step, you have to figure out what the proper, you know, how fast or what the sequence is for you. But as soon as possible, try to get away from just like eating something that just strictly is plant-based to eating whole food plant-based. Eat those foods, beans and rice. Beans and rice are a staple for a large portion of the world. You know, well, you may not know or not, I lived in Costa Rica for 15 years, and there was beans and rice with every meal almost. There would be beans and rice for breakfast with the eggs, with everything. So beans and rice is a good staple, and it's inexpensive. I always hear that whole, well, plant-based is expensive. Whole cultures live on beans and rice. So beans and rice, quinoa and rice, sweet potatoes and rice, potatoes and sweet potatoes and rice. No, not sweet potatoes and rice. Sweet potatoes and beans, or sweet potatoes and legumes. But there's so many different options out there. Now, for some that are a little bit further advanced, maybe you're going all the, you know, closer to going all the way. Maybe you've just got a few things left to give up to being a fully plant-based person. One thing I would say too is try to get a raw meal in there. Okay, I said this wasn't about the raw thing, but who doesn't like fruit? I mean, I'm sure there is. There's always an exception out there. There's always an exception I can't wrap my head around, like somebody that will say, I don't like breathing. Well, you're like, Jesus, I've never heard of somebody that doesn't like breathing. But okay, somebody out there that doesn't like fruit. But way before I came to this lifestyle, even back in my drunken days, you know, I'd stumble sometimes. I'd stumble out for breakfast and know that I needed to get some nutrition in me, and I'd eat fruit. More likely I'd eat something bad on those days, but there were a lot of days. You know, I remember in Costa Rica 15, 18 years ago, one little restaurant I went to all the time, and I got the fruit bowl there every morning. Now, it wasn't what I was doing now. Yes, it had yogurt in there, and it had granola in there, but it was also better than the other options I was eating at the time. So what I'm getting at right there is, if you can eat one of your meals, like say you had dinner or lunch that was like beans and rice, or just something that was a cooked vegan meal, why not for breakfast or maybe midday, depending on your job? Maybe you don't have that long to eat or that much time to prep food. Have some fruit, have a raw meal, make a smoothie. There's so many different smoothie recipes out there. Also, too, people, a lot of times people think when they come to a plant-based diet that they're going to have to give up this, that, and the other, that they're going to give up all the things they love. Well, I don't eat a whole lot of that stuff myself, but there's a lot of products out there. You want a pizza? There's, I don't know how to pronounce it, Daiya, D-A-I-Y-A. Daiya has pizzas. There's a number of different brands that have pizzas. Daiya has macaroni and cheese. There's Beyond Burger, there's Beyond Meat. There's all these different products out there now to where you can have the things you like to eat. So you're not giving up taste to be healthy. I mean, I haven't given up a thing in 8 years. I mean, I've given up things, but I don't miss out on anything. I'm happy with my food every day. You guys are going to have to excuse me. There's somebody playing out in the yard today. You know, people are cooped up. I guess they got to take care of the yard a little bit. But yeah, there's plenty of good food out there. So I want to leave you with that. I don't want you to think that going from the way you're eating to eating plant-based is some kind of a prison sentence or something, that it's just like, okay, all the fun's over, all the taste is over. I'm not going, you know, I'm just going to get through it just to be healthy. There is literally an alternative for everything out there just about that you're eating. There's vegan sushi, there's vegan Mexican food, there's all kind of vegan ethnic food of different places all around the world. So think about it. Get started now. And I'm going to do some more of these videos, and I will try to, you know, like I say, offer some different little specific tools and things that you can do. Maybe I'll come up with another recipe or two, but like I say, you can find some of my recipes here. But I am going to do some recipes that are not raw, just some meal plan suggestions, stuff for for people on a budget. So I hope you enjoyed this one today. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys again later this week. Peace.